Doug Ford called the recent decision by an Ontario court judge to say there's a charter right to bike lanes ridiculous, ideologically driven, a trampling of democratic rights, and a decision that needs to be overturned. He's right on all counts. Hi, I'm Brian Lilley, political columnist for the Toronto Sun, and the only thing that I can say about Doug Ford's criticism of the decision by Justice Paul Shabbos to declare a constitutional right to bike lanes is that he wasn't harsh enough. Ford was pretty harsh, let me be blunt about that, but he wasn't harsh enough because Shabbos is an activist judge. Just as he was an activist lawyer, he was an activist member of the Law Society, he is an activist judge. He's someone who believes that all judges, all lawyers should be progressive, which would be political. And now he's being that from the bench. Doug Ford was asked about his decision to appeal the ruling from Justice Shabbos that said that removing bike lanes from 3 arterial roads and moving them to less busy roads was a charter violation. Justice Shabbos said that this violated Section 7 of the Charter, which guarantees the right to life, liberty, and security of the person because, well, more people will die if these bike lanes are moved. It's a ridiculous idea. It's a politically motivated decision by the judge, and that's what Ford called it out for.
What was the reason for even going to court over this? You know, this is the most ridiculous decision I've ever seen. It's a trample on, you talk about the charter, it's a trampling on democratic rights of Ontarians.
Now, Paul Shabbos is someone who is not new to politics. He was a lawyer for many years. He was the lawyer for the Toronto Star. He, as you can see from these documents, is a longtime donor to the NDP, both provincially and federally, and yes, some Liberal candidates as well. He is a progressive. When he was the president, or as they call it, the treasurer of the Law Society of Upper Canada, he called for lawyers to be more progressive, meaning political. He wanted them all to be left-wing. He also moved to change the Law Society's name from the Law Society of Upper Canada, which it had been from the 1700s until 2017, 2018, he pushed for that change to the Law Society of Ontario because, well, Law Society of Upper Canada was too colonial. You know, we can't be having that. He also pushed for something called a statement of principles, which said that every lawyer had to agree to certain claims by the Law Society regarding diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI. This guy was a DEI lawyer, and then he became a DEI judge. When Jordan Peterson's case came before him against the College of Psychologists of Ontario, Shabbos couldn't find Peterson's charter right to freedom of expression because he believed that organizations like the Law Society or the College of Psychologists should be able to regulate what you say and how you say it. This is not a man who should be on the bench, and yet he is. He was appointed by Justin Trudeau's then Justice Minister, David Lametti. David Lametti is now Mark Carney's principal secretary. Don't think that this is going to change. So when Doug Ford says that this is highly political, he's absolutely right. Paul Shabbos is a menace on the bench. He should not be there, and yet we're stuck with him because Trudeau and Lametti put him there. Now, I've had people warn me that I shouldn't say things like this about a judge. I could be called for, contempt of court. Well, I hold Justice Shabbos in contempt. So if he wants to call me for being in contempt of court, I'll cop to that. Yes, you're not a good judge. You shouldn't be there. You are issuing political decisions, and I can bring the receipts to prove it. So if we want to get into that fight, we can get into that fight. But I don't think that is going to happen anytime soon. Judges, like everyone else in the public realm, deserve criticism when it is warranted. And this judge, who invented the charter right to a bike lane, needs to be called out for it. As I said, the only problem with Doug Ford's criticism is that it wasn't harsh enough. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Share this on social media. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.